what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. We're heading into the weekend. It's the 3rd of February, and I've only traded the small account today, so no recap on the main account. Just welcome to the Small Account Challenge, the Day Trade with Tony Small Account Challenge 2023. So what am I talking about? Small Account Challenge. You've seen the title of the... what have you clicked on? It's just a fat guy on the internet with an opinion. That's all you've basically clicked on. Is a fat guy. I don't know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing it well, but I don't even know what I'm talking about. So stick around for my meanderings and my wobblings, and I'll show you about what trades I've taken on the stock market today. I'll show you the recordings of the trades as I took it, and who knows, maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't. We'll see what happens. So this is a small account challenge. What is a small account challenge? Well, it started off on the 17th of January with $2,476, so just under $2,500. And the idea was to show that by being patient and methodical and just sticking to a disciplined strategy, that you could day trade your way to a significant account and the ability to make, a nice, comfortable living day trading the stock market. So what does that mean in real terms? So essentially, I've taken $2,500 and my target is to grow it daily at 2.5% or better. And the emphasis has to be on the word better, okay? What that doesn't mean is that swinging for the fences. Once we're going to stay true to the mantra, and we're going to say, okay, we're going to get green, stay green. We're keeping our once we've made a profit, we're staying in profit. And then we're going to get to goal, which is 5% incremental gain per day. And once we get to goal, we're going to get out. We're going to finish that trade and then get out. Now, how do we get better? By finishing that trade. So we get a good trade that takes us to goal and beyond. And today was no different. So yesterday we traded one stock particularly well that got us above goal and beyond. In fact, it got us 65% of goal. So 65% of equity. We actually increased our entire equity by 65%. We made huge gains yesterday in terms of on the account. We were looking for, we started off with 5,500. So we were looking for a little over $200 yesterday in terms of goal. We managed to make over $3,000. So just unbelievable. In terms of the profits we made yesterday, but that was trading one stock. We traded a couple of stocks, but the one that got us over goal and beyond was Gaucho Group or Vino. VINO was the ticker. So the same thing's true today. So we traded 8 stocks today. 2 of them didn't go our way. The other 6 were profitable. But the last stock we traded, very quick momentum scalp. That was it. It could have been, we might as well have just traded this one stock. So that got us 3 times gold. So we started today with a little over $8,000 in our equity position. $8,194 was our equity position, our starting position on the day. And we've had a really good day because we managed to get $1,351 in profit today and 91 cents. So that's gross profit. There'll be fees and charges on the back of that, which makes it less, but you kind of get the message. So we're about 16% growth today, 16% gross profit today. That will become a little bit less, but it's certainly more than the 5% goal that we've set ourselves. And I think that the key is that what we're trying to achieve is slow, methodical gains. And on the days that we're able to get a strong winner, we take advantage of it. But those slow, methodical gains, $2,500 account is what we started with on the 17th of January, is now a $9,000 plus account. In 12 trading days. So 3 weeks, but 12 trading days. So how did we do it today? Let's take a look, shall we? So our first stock that we traded was Heart Test Laboratories. And it was about base hits. And this is the thing, is get used to locking in profits. So this moved up, hit the scanners, moved up. First pullback, move up. Second pullback, we get in there, write that up, take some profits. Thank you very much. Then get out. Okay? But then as it pulls back, it sets up what's known as an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Into the open, there's one shoulder, there's the head, there's the other shoulder. Into the open, we break new highs, we break the pre-market highs, and I get in there. It doesn't break out and go parabolic like I expect it to or want it to. It pulls back, and as it breaks new lows, we exit the position there for a small loss, giving us. We'll give back some of the gains we made on this initial move up, but we're still profitable on the day. So we ended up $90 up. So we've got a $5,500 account. Yesterday we started with 8,200 today, just shy of 8,200 today. So to make $90 on a trade, given that we're not going to just take one position, we're not just going to take one trade, $90 is not too bad. We were effectively looking for $400 today. We wanted $400, so $90 was a good start. It was like a quarter of the way there. After that, we traded Goat Show Group again. So Goat Show Group was the one that made us so much money yesterday, which were absolutely mental and parabolic yesterday. So that was ticker VINO, V-I-N-O. I think they're a vintner. So if we just wind this back a little bit on the wider time frame, you'll see this big move up here was what we were able to take advantage of and make good gains on yesterday. So let's look at it, what we did today, and where we actually made our money again today. So today we got in just after the open. It went very volatile into a volatility halt here. Initial kind of dip and rip into a dip, then a rip up over the VWAP, volatility halt to the upside. It then resumed higher. It was gapped up higher on resumption. A little bit of a wiggle before it pulled all the way back down towards the VWAP, and then moved back up again. As it moved back up and broke highs, that's when we got in, and we were able to ride that up. It did test $4. That's what I was waiting for. I think we were in at 386. I was waiting for it to test $4. I was looking for 20 cents on this move. It pulled all the way back down, bounced on the VWAP all the way back up again, and then it broke $4 but didn't hold. So as it started to pull back again and make new lows, I exited for a small profit from our initial entry. So I think we'll go about 4 or 5 cents on that. So small profit, base hits, as I say, when we're on a small account. What we want to be doing is making sure that any trades we take are adding to the kitty. They're paying for themselves first and foremost, but they're also adding to the kitty, helping to grow the account. Then we traded AMC. So AMC is the meme stock, as it were. We got in here as this made its move up, and first we took a little bit of profit. We got in here, took a little bit of profit up at the top, and then it pulled back and started to make new highs. So we got in here, and then it pulled back. We got stopped out and made a loss on this. So that was AMC, and $300 down. That took us red on the day. We were $130 up with between HSC and VINO. So this took us red on the day, and then we traded Apple to get back green on the day. So Apple had bad earnings, but then rallied with the market, went green on the day, and then carried on moving it all the way up. So we got in here. It's a little bit of pullback, so we were able to get in here and then take some profits, and then as it moved up, take some more profits along the way before it started making new lows, and that's where we got out. So we made a little over $200 on that. So that got us back green on the day, a little bit of a cushion, if you will, before we then traded Coinbase. It was moving up quite well, and the problem with this is I couldn't get leverage, and the last time I traded it, I think we had a 4 or 5x leverage, but I couldn't get leverage on it today. So I was effectively trading it in a cash account, small account, cash account. So we got in here. I realised I couldn't get leverage. Should have checked it beforehand, and we got in very small size. So as soon as it started to make a profit, I just kind of look, it's not worth it. The gains that we're going to get on that, we're going to have to wait a while, or it's just not worth it. So we got out for a small profit, and we covered the cost of the trade. Essentially, is what we did. Then we made another losing trade in SoundHound. So SoundHound, we lost effectively 5% of our the day's starting equity, which on its own would have been enough to tell me to pack it up, red day, max loss, have at it, and go and do something else. So we got in on SoundHound as it was making nice moves up. We got in here, we got a pullback as it made new highs here. That's when we got in. It pulled all the way back very, very quickly. So and then as this made it move up, I put a stop at the swing low. And it pulled it all the way back down again, moved its way up, didn't quite break the levels that we were looking for to make it worthwhile getting up. We should have probably just taken it, got out of this trade at break even, or taken a small loss even as we broke new lows here. But no, I just let it play out, and we got stopped out here as we hit these the lows of these swing lows. That was SoundHound. Then we got green again. We traded AI, so 3AI. So C3AI started to make its move up, and we were able to get in on this move here as it started to break new highs. We got in the new high of day. That's where we got in. We were able to take some profits as this got up there, and then just looked at this as it started to pull back. We got out of the position after taking some profits, got out for the rest. But it started to make a bit of a double bottom type formation. So we got in again here, and we were able to make a little bit extra there. And it was about $40 or whatever it was. So make a little bit extra there. And that was AI. So we made just under $250 on AI. Base hits. That's what we're talking about. Base hits. Not quite at goal at this stage. We're about $230 up at this stage. Getting there. $240, $230 up. So we're getting there. So then we made our last trade. We see it on the scanners. It's in a hold. So this is what we traded. See it on the scanners in a hold. Now this was a $6 stop at close of business yesterday. It's moving up. It hits the volatility scanners, hits the hold. I'm seeing it. I switch it over and I take a look. It was gaps up and resumes 60, 70 cents higher. So it closed out at 8.48 there, and resumed at 7.24. So that's a good 76 cents higher on resumption, and it moved up into another halt. So that's me on alert. I'm seeing on the level 2, I'm seeing on the level 1 and the level 2 that this is going to gap up, and it gaps up. So wait for the pullback. We get a small micro pullback, and then as it breaks the $0.50 on the way back up again, I enter the position for the chasing the momentum, and we reach kind of the 12.50. We get almost a whole dollar out of this, and I then take some profits, take a bit more off. It comes back down, moves back up, and I take the rest off before it pulls back all the way back down. It did go higher. But I'd done better than. No, not only was I green over goal, I was 3 times over goal, more than 3 times over goal. We did 16% of our equity in terms of growth. We're looking for 5%, so more than 3 times over goal. So that's where I finished. Lock it down. I wasn't feeling it today. I wasn't in the best of humour today. So lock it down. This continued to sell off. It's now trading at 10.23. So this didn't even get back up to these $12 levels anyway. So I was right to just get out of that. But that's essentially how we traded today. And quite frankly, a good day's trade. It was very choppy to start off with. I overtraded. I traded too much. I've traded too many stocks. I wasn't as selective. But what's been keeping me selective, a couple of things that have been keeping me selective, is the fact that I've been trading the main account. So I'm not taking boredom trades and or more risky trades where I'm having to take a lot more risk to get green on it. I've been very selective in the small account. Today I only traded the small account, so anything that was moving, I was looking at it as a potential. But then you've still got to be discernible in terms of your trade selection. Still looking for stocks, ideally stocks that are at a level where I can get leverage. So utilising the full buying power that's available to me. Ideally, stocks that are exhibiting a strong momentum trend or a strong momentum move. The likes of Kalera Public, KAL, that we scalped at the end. We did a momentum scalp at the end. In quick scalp out for nice profit. And that's what I've been doing since the 17th of January. And it's been working, reasonably well for us. So how reasonably well? Let's take a good look, shall we? So as you can see here, since the 17th of January, we've had all green days. We've yet to have a red day. Touch wood. It's obviously it's going to be coming. But yesterday was huge. We started with an equity position on the account of $5,500, and we managed to make $3,200 profit. That is a wonderful game. Today we've made more than 3 times goal. Now, my main account, my daily goal is $6,000. So put it into context. If I make 3 times goal on my daily, more than 3 times goal, I'm talking about $18,000 to $20,000. So today to have a $1,354 day, 3 times, 16% of my equity position has been increased today. That in itself is a good, successful day. And if you can do $1,300 a day on a regular basis, on average, you're going to be earning a lot of money. So, look, what does that put us on the whole challenge? At the moment, we're at $8,600 in profit, gross profit, that is. So tomorrow we're going to be starting with a little over $9,000 in the equity position, about $9,300. By my own back of the mathematics, about $9,300 is going to be our starting position for Monday. So we've grown in 12 trading days from just under $2,500 to just over $9,000. Now, go back to August when I did a similar kind of challenge. I did 12 days at the back end of August. I was able to grow from $2,500 to $12,000. And we're not quite at that level. I've not been as aggressive as I was back in August. And I've certainly not had the moves, or when I've had the moves, I've traded them on the larger account. So we could have been over that if I traded Lucid last Friday. In the smaller, continue to trade it in the small account, but I was getting greedy. So anyway, I kind of get off track. So $717. We started with $2,500, and I keep saying that. I'm just trying to emphasize the impact here. So $700 gross profit daily is what we've been making on average for the last 12 days. Or 12 trading days that I've traded. So taking that into context, if you did $700 a day, that's $3,500 a week. That's across the course of a month, that's about $14,000 a month. And $14,000 a month will equate to over $160,000, well, almost $160,000 a year. So most people don't earn that across the course of a year. Most people can't earn that across the course of a year. That's reserved for the 1%ers. That's 1% and above, really, that's earning that kind of salary. So we're only a small way into this small account challenge. We're averaging $700 a day at the moment. As a result of yesterday, average winning trade over $400, which we weren't getting up until this week. My accuracy in terms of trade selection, because I've been very, very cautious on what I'm trading, is 4 out of 5 trades are going my way. 80%. Average hold time on a winning trade is 34 minutes, and still, we're looking at that. Let's look at the win-loss expectation. So, if I look at $10,000 in profits that we've made, we've lost $1,500, but we've made $10,000 in profits. We've yet to have that any kind of drawdown at all. So the equity curve is upwards. And we're now over $9,000. At this rate, so we're looking for $450. 5% of 9,000 is $450. We're looking for $450 come Monday. So we'll be doing it all again. Hopefully, we'll get the $450 that we're wanting on Monday, and maybe more. As I say, it's 5% or better. We'll do it from 8:30 market time, that's East Coast or New York. We'll do it from 1:30 p.m. here in Dublin or the UK. And in the meantime, I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to enjoy my weekend, rest up, get my head straight, come back at it nice and refreshed, ready for another crack on Monday. Come join me. Hope to see you there. Take care. Enjoy your weekend.
Nice. Oh, out for $1,400. Nice.